Dear students, hope everyone is fine and enjoying good health. We have started our new chapter 11, Microbes and Diseases. We are continuing it. Listen to the lesson attentively and note down important points discussed. Dear students, here I am giving you a brief review of the previous lesson. We have studied previously about microorganisms and their types, microbes and their uses in sewage works, in making composts. The learning objectives of today's lesson are to understand useful microbes, production of cheese, yogurt from microbes, process of making yogurt and bread. What is fermentation? Dear students, here is the introduction to the use of microorganisms to produce many beneficial products is applied microbiology, which involved in a large scale of microorganisms to produce valuable commercial products, to carry out important chemical transformation. Generally, the process that is involved in production of commercial products using microorganisms in the production of yogurt, cheese and vaccines, etc. Dear students, in this slide you can view the bacteria are used in the production of milk, yogurt, cheese, vinegar, soy sauce, chocolate, certain vitamins, citric acids. Dear students, in the image you can view the production of milk, yogurt, and cheese in large scale in the industry. Certain bacteria are used in the production of milk, yogurt, and cheese. This process called fermentation. Dear students, we know that milk contains microbes, which make it go sour and lumpy. The lumps are called curds. Curds can be changed into cheese by adding different microbes. Cheese is a generic term for a diverse group of milk-based food products. Cheese is produced throughout the world in wide-ranging flavors, textures, and forms. Cheese consists of proteins and fat from milk, usually the milk of cows, buffalo, goats or sheep. It is produced by coagulation of the milk protein casein. Dear students, another beneficial use of microbes is in the production of yogurt. The sugar in milk called lactose is fermented to acid lactic acid, and it is this that causes the characteristic curd to form. Dear students, the yogurt is a form of fermented milk produced in most countries where fresh milk is drunk. Dear students, here I will describe the process of making yogurt. Milk is boiled to kill off any unwanted microbes. Curd, which contains bacteria, is then added, which release enzymes that make the milk go thick and slightly sour. Flavoring can be added to yogurt to change the taste. A pot of yogurt contains more bacteria than there are people on Earth. Dear students, now we will study the process of fermentation. Fermentation, a process during which the bacteria break down the complex sugar into simple compounds, like carbon dioxide and alcohol. Fermentation changes the product from one food to another. Production of bread. Dear students, in this slide, you can view a lot of fermented products, which includes cheese, yogurt, fermented meat, alcohol, soy sauce, bread, fermented sauces and many more. Now students, we will discuss fermentation and its waste products. Yeast feeds on sugar. It can respire without oxygen, means anaerobically. This process is called fermentation. There are two waste products from fermentation: carbon dioxide and alcohol. Fermentation has been used for hundreds of years for baking and brewing. Dear students, now we are discussing another use of microbes in the food industry. Yeast is used in baking. Bakers add yeast to the dough. Yeast feeds on the sugars in the dough and produces bubbles of carbon dioxide, which make the dough swell. Yeast causes the bread to rise by producing carbon dioxide from the carbohydrates in the dough. Carbon dioxide gas bubbles released in the dough causes it to rise, so the bread becomes fluffy. During baking, the yeast is killed and fermentation stops. Dear students, in this slide you can view the yeast in raised bread. The holes in the bread are due to the release of carbon dioxide, which makes the bread swell. Dear students, yeast is an example of microorganism. It is a fungus. It is used to make bread. There are air spaces in the bread. The air spaces are caused by carbon dioxide gas given out when the yeast acts on the dough. This shows that microorganisms breathe. Dear students, it is the end of today's lesson. Your homework is: write the short question answers on notebook. Why is milk boiled before it is used to make yogurt? What is fermentation? What are the waste products of fermentation? Why are there lots of tiny holes in bread? Complete the worksheet provided. Thanks.